You ever wake up to the sound of heavy machinery just outside your window, thinking maybe it's just the city fixing something, only to realize, nope, it's not construction. It's your own HOA president digging a trench damn near around your house. Yeah, that actually happened to me, or rather, to a guy named Harold Jennings, 52, thought he'd finally made it, moving into this so-called peaceful neighborhood just outside Round Rock, Texas. The kind of place where lawns are sharp, sidewalks are clean, and you picture yourself grilling in the backyard, maybe even finding that sense of belonging you haven't had in a decade. But let me back up a sec, because from the moment Harold set foot on Sandalwood Drive, that dream unraveled fast. First week, before the boxes are even unpacked, Harold finds this letter taped to his door, typed, signed all prim and proper by Linda Marston, HOA president. The kind of note that reads polite, but feels like a slap. Your mailbox color does not match approved guidelines. Please repaint within 10 business days. White mailbox, not neon green, not rusted out, just white. Didn't matter. That was the first. Trash bins visible, there's another notice. Grass half an inch too long, got another. Hedges, inconsistent. He's showing these things to his sister on FaceTime, just shaking his head. You know what I mean? I just got here. She tells him to let it slide, but Harold notices, nobody else gets these slips, even though their bins are out. Weeds poking through every yard. Then comes Saturday, he's moving boxes, parks his F-150 out front, sees Linda stroll by, clipboard under her arm, eyeing his truck like it's a crime scene, scribbles something down. That's when it clicks. He's not just new, he's the target. So one night, Harold asks her, "Why's it always me?" Linda just smiles, thin, chilly, says, "Your property's under review because you're new. We like to ensure new residents start off right." Yeah, right. Considerate guidance, she calls it. But something about the way she says it. Harold can feel it in his bones. He's not sloppy, he's not lazy. But here, in this so-called perfect little suburb, he's already marked as the outsider. So what does he do? Like any man who's been burned before, he starts installing cameras. Not the obvious ones, just little Wi-Fi things hidden under the eaves, behind a light, under the mailbox. For peace of mind, he tells himself, but really, it's because he can feel trouble brewing. He tries to play along, paints the mailbox, tucks the bins away, hires a landscaper. But the letters don't stop. Actually, they multiply. Porch light, too bright. Garden hose, visible from the street. He starts noticing the neighbors watching, waving politely, but eyes tracking him, conversations dying as he passes. On a Sunday morning, Janet Ruiz across the street finally pulls him aside. "Look, I don't want to get involved, but Linda, she just decides who she likes. If she doesn't like you, life gets harder." Harold laughs, sort of, but it stings. Why him? Then comes the final straw. A certified letter, $250 fine for unapproved decorative item. Turns out, it's his American flag. The same flag his dad served under. That's when Harold really loses his cool. He catches Linda the next morning. She's out there, doing her rounds, acting like the queen of the block. "Why every little thing I do?" he asks. Linda, calm as you please, says, "This neighborhood has standards. If you feel singled out, that's not my intention." But he knows. He's being harassed, and he says it out loud. That night, he checks his cameras and sees Linda standing at the edge of his driveway after dark, just staring at his house. She doesn't know she's on camera. That's when it goes from weird to downright scary. Fast forward a couple weeks. No new letters, just quiet. Harold thinks maybe, just maybe, the confrontation made her back off. Until one morning, he wakes up to the sound of shovels. He goes outside, and there's a crew digging a trench right along his property line. Drainage improvements, Linda says, clipboard in hand. Funny, he's never seen water pool here. But the trench circles his whole yard, blocking his driveway, making his house look like a castle under siege. Neighbors gather on their porches, watching, but nobody steps in. He tries to stop them, but Linda just shrugs. If you have an issue, bring it up at the next meeting. He realizes if he protests, she'll say he's being non-compliant. If he says nothing, he's trapped. So he stands there, teeth gritted, watching his yard turn into a ditch. That night, his place is a mess. Dirt piles everywhere, driveway half blocked. He can't sleep. He checks the camera footage and sees Linda, clear as day, pointing out exactly where to dig. It's all there. her directing the crew, drawing lines with her shoe, arms crossed like she's marking territory. And that's when Harold starts to plan. He brings Janet and Richard Hanley from down the block to see the video. Janet's jaw drops. She told them exactly where to dig. That's not drainage, that's personal. Richard's nervous. If this gets out, it's going to get ugly. Harold just nods. Already is. Word starts to spread. Neighbors seeing the footage, showing it at barbecues, whispering at the pool. At the next HOA meeting, Harold sits front and center. Room's packed. Richard stands up, says, "We need to talk about the trench around Harold's house." Linda tries to brush it off, says it's all approved, just drainage. But Harold plays the video. Linda, pointing, directing, ordering. The room erupts. Some people defend her, some are furious. "I got fined for Christmas lights," one woman shouts. Linda says the footage is fake. "You can call it fake, but the cameras don't lie," Harold shoots back. After that, things snowball. Harold uploads the video online. By nightfall, it's everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, even gets picked up by local news. Comments pour in. People are pissed. Some neighbors, who never said a word, suddenly text him. Unbelievable. Janet calls. It's on a news blog. Even a reporter shows up. Harold stands on his porch, trying to sound calm for the camera, but deep down he's exhausted. Linda, though? She doubles down. Another violation notice for yard debris, which is, of course, the trench she ordered dug. Harold just laughs. Tired, bitter. Some neighbors support him. Others leave notes saying he should just move. It's like a war zone. Richard tells him, "You keep pushing, she might get voted out. But if you stop, she'll bury you." Harold's not backing down. The fight spills over to the city council, where Harold tells his story publicly. The councilwoman says, "This isn't the first complaint about this HOA. Your video might be the spark we need." The neighborhood fractures. Some rally around Harold, others dig in behind Linda. 2 board members resign. Petition to remove Linda starts making the rounds. The air is thick with tension, but finally, Linda shows up on Harold's porch, hair pulled back, face tired. "You turned the neighborhood against me," she says. Harold's voice is tired but firm. "No, you did that yourself. I just showed the truth." She tries to defend herself, but there's nothing left to say. A month later, the petition succeeds. Linda's out, new board in. First thing they do? Order the trench filled, yard restored, on the HOA's dime. The day the crew arrives to put his yard back, Harold stands on his porch, coffee in hand, dog at his side. Neighbors clap him on the back. "We did it," he says, but he knows it wasn't just him. Sometimes it takes one person showing the truth to give everyone else the guts to stand up too. That night, Harold walks the block. Neighbors wave. Some stop to chat for the first time. The air feels lighter. He looks at his house. Not just brick and wood, but a symbol. Peace doesn't come from keeping your head down. It comes from standing up when you're pushed too far. And yeah, the cameras are still up, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. Silence lets the wrong people hold power, and Harold's not about to be silent ever again. So what do you think? If your HOA president went after you, would you fight back or keep the peace? Drop your thoughts below. Tell me where you stand on HOA drama, community, and what it takes to protect your home. And hey, if you want more real stories like this, hit subscribe. You don't want to miss what's coming next.